After every infidelity, there's a little voice inside of you that says, I knew it. My name's Gianni, and I help women heal from infidelity so that they can really find themselves again and create a magical life that they cherish. And that is my desire for you as well. As I go through this list, take what resonates with you, and whatever isn't for you, disregard it, because this is just what I've compiled from my expertise, from my experience, and with working with other people. So one of the number one reasons why we're blindsided by infidelity is that we're too nice. Absolutely too nice. We love too much. We give so much. In fact, we're being manipulative with our kindness and our niceness because we give in order to receive something back. We don't give because we just want to give. We give because we want to be needed. We want to make sure that that man can't go anywhere. We're cooking him dinner. We're going down on him just so no other woman will do it, so that he won't have a reason to leave. You're so good to him so that you can trap him with your love to make sure that he's not going to go anywhere. And that is one of the reasons we're blindsided, because we think, well, I do so much for him. I give so much for him. I wash his clothes. I bring him slippers when he walks through the door. I bring him his cigar and his slippers, just thinking of the old-fashioned cartoons. I clean the house. I do everything for the kids. In fact, he's not even holding up his end of the bargain here. He's not even doing half the chores or more. He just exists here, and I do it all, and I take care of it all. How is it that he could possibly cheat on me? Because we're doing and giving so much in order to just get a little bit of love. And I remember that when I was there, I felt like anything that I did and he didn't acknowledge, I just felt this utter deep rejection. And this is interesting to me because a lot of times we think that infidelity is the thing that did it. But really, we've been feeling this rejection in little bites, in little increments all along throughout the marriage. But you're so nice. You're so nice that he feels guilty to be around you because he's not as nice as you. But you are almost nice to him so that he'll be nice back. And so that's one of the reasons you're blindsided, because you're expecting that because you're doing all these things that it's going to be reciprocated, without giving from a place of love, which is about giving to give and not expecting anything in return. When we're truly being generous, we're giving it because it brings us pleasure. So the trick behind generosity is doing it for yourself. I want to give to you because it feels so good to me to give to you, and I don't need you to do anything in return. And the other person feels that energy and they want to give back, and that's how they do give back. But when we're giving from this place of needing something from the other person, of literally sucking the life out of them, they feel that, and that's when they resist, and the man sits down and doesn't do a thing for you. If you have experienced infidelity, make sure you like this video. Comment below with your story. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to offer any support that I can as a friend, as someone who's been there, and as someone who really loves to help women rise out of this terrible thing. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss when I release videos on Thursdays and Saturday mornings. Here's the thing. You weren't paying attention, boo, because the red flags are all over the place. So everything that you encounter in your life is a perception of what you think it is, right? If I think the sky is blue, when I look at the sky, it's going to be blue. So when you're dealing with a man and you have ideas in your mind that men are pigs, that men are cheaters, that men are terrible, at least to you, or that people reject you, that people don't put you first, any kind of those things, you're going to be seeing that in your dating life. And then when it comes up, you rationalize it and you go, oh no, it's okay, blah, 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 without actually dealing with it, without actually addressing the issue. And then you get married and this man cheats on you, and the whole time you're in la la land. You're not paying attention to any of the red flags. You're not paying attention to all the little tiny ways that he's rejecting you, that you're not getting your needs met. And so when infidelity comes, you're like, oh my God, what happened? I thought everything was okay. And then it's like, did you really? Like, you weren't paying attention and you didn't want to admit it to yourself. And it's difficult. It's difficult. I'm not saying this is easy. I'm saying it's necessary to wake you up. Infidelity is a slap in the face so that you can wake up and you can pay attention to what's happening in your life. Because if you found yourself in this situation, that means that as you were digging the hole, you weren't looking up. You were looking down, and you kept digging and you kept digging and you kept digging. And this is not paying attention in a bad way, because there's a good way to not pay attention. The good way to not pay attention is when you're being intentional about creating the life that you desire, and you're saying, my husband is faithful, my husband is loving, and you're speaking words of faith into your life, and you're saying, I don't care what I see, I don't care what he's doing right now, I'm gonna live by faith and not by sight. And I believe that he's a faithful, loving man, and I'm the best thing that's ever happened to him. And you're saying that over and over and over until you're reprogramming your mind to believe in those things. That's different. That's a different kind of delusion than deluding yourself in the negative way, where you're seeing things that aren't there, where you're creating situations to be suspicious about when it's not there. You're not paying attention. My desire is that you apply this in your life so that you can also see amazing results and come back and tell me all about it. Personally, for me, one of the reasons that I wasn't paying attention is because I was trained in my childhood to believe what other people told me to believe. I was never given the opportunity to truly choose things for myself, to think for myself, even when other people disagreed, to really have my own opinions and hold my own as a person. And so what happens is that people like me come into relationships, and we are what is called codependent, where we don't exist without the other person, which means we mold ourselves and shape ourselves to be what the other person wants and likes, because we're so in tune with what their needs are, and we ignore ourselves and our thoughts and our intuition and what we truly want. We don't trust ourselves. We can't really truly trust the other person. And so we bring these childhood wounds into relationships, and we recreate the relationships that we had with our parents, with our spouse, so that we're able to heal it. Your brain is recreating these. You're literally creating your partner to reject you, to cheat on you, so that you can fix what wasn't fixed before. It's just a bigger, more explosive kind of relationship that you have. And usually this relationship has lots of ups and downs. Infidelity is just rock bottom, right? But throughout the entire relationship, it was just a roller coaster. And you stayed because you felt like the highs were worth the lows. And so you're still there, and you're on this roller coaster that has been going on your entire life, and you just don't know how to get off. And so you are blindsided because you're used to it, and you haven't truly detoxed your childhood. I have a detox program that you can take that's really going to get into forgiving your past and moving on your wounds from past relationships and your mother and father. If that's something you're interested in, the link will be in the description below. But really, we have to heal. Even if you leave this relationship, you have to heal these wounds, because you're going to do it again in another relationship. You might be able to escape that person, but that person is not the problem. You were 50% of this equation that failed. And so you have to take ownership of that 50%. And when you go somewhere else, make sure you're taking with you a different 50%. A different, new, upgraded version of yourself, so that you don't go creating a toxic situation in your future. One of the most difficult things about life is learning to be honest with yourself, let alone other people. After every infidelity, there's a little voice inside of you that says, I knew it. And it's hard for you to admit that, because you've been suppressing that voice for so long that you're like, no, I was blindsided. I had no idea. I thought we were happy. And here's the thing. Maybe those things are true. But deep down in your subconscious mind, there's a sense that you knew something tragic was going to happen to you, because you've been rejected. This isn't the first time that you've been rejected. And this is what you expect. We always get what we expect from the other person and from our relationships in any aspect of our lives. And so it's time to admit it, so that you can change your expectations about what happens in your marriage. Thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me and listening to my reasons for why we're blindsided in infidelity. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. I make videos every Thursdays and Saturday mornings. Comment below. I vow to be honest with myself. I vow to be honest with myself. Until next time, bye.